Hello everyone and welcome to Wildfire Pro Wrestling's Last Stand pay-per-view. I'm Alexandra Shaw. I will be a commentator for this evening. And tonight we are going to be seeing, well, for one person in our main event, their last stand. For others, a chance to cement their legacy. And for these two men, it's a chance to get a shot at that Wildfire Pro Wrestling World Championship. And you've got to feel that both these men would love nothing more than to walk into Wrestling Resurrection 2 for a chance at the gold.
The opening match of the last stand is a #1 contender match for the Wildfire Championship. Introducing first, weighing in at 209 pounds, from Osaka, Japan,
Masumoto making his way down to the ring, and he is someone who has had quite the turbulent career as of late, but a win here tonight against a Wildfire Pro Wrestling legend in Kenta. Not many would be able to doubt him any further a shot at that title. And you've got to know that Masumoto, I mean, like I said, he's had a very turbulent career. And you'd think he'd love to sort of kick off 2021, kick off this sort of new rise for him with a big win over Kenta and a shot against Yamashita.
and to the first, weighing at 187 pounds, from Tokyo, Japan, Kenta.
He is a man of many names. The leader of Go To Sleep Club, Hideo Itami, fucking Kenta, whatever you want to call him. You have to call him one of the greatest that Wildfire Pro Wrestling has ever seen. The original Wildfire Pro Wrestling World Champion lost that title to Hiro Ramirez quite a while ago. But you've got to feel that Kenta, he's definitely someone who, he's been to the top of the mountain, and it would not be an upset if he managed to get himself back up there. In fact, many might consider him the favorite in this match against Matsumoto. As this one gets underway, Matsumoto going in quickly there with the leg sweep. And we hear the fans here in attendance on the side of Kenta. But Matsumoto, I don't think he cares too much about who the fans are cheering for, whose side they're on. All he really cares about is making sure he gets that title shot for Wrestling Resurrection 2. As Kenta now sends him into the corner. Huge Yakuza kick in the corner there. Just face washing him. But Matsumoto, he's definitely someone who can absorb pain. He can take his share of kicks and licks. Is now just taunting the crowd. Wanting to sort of get in their head, sort of just saying, hey, if you aren't going to cheer me, that's fine. Look what I'm going to do to the person you revere. As now, though, Kenta making him pay for it. The huge kicks got him staggered, and now the TNA kick drops him. But now Matsumoto checks that one, and now almost like a, oh jeez, just wrenching back on it now. I was gonna say a modified Boston Crab, but that was brutal. And now TNA kick from Kenta. What you're looking for here, just hangs him up to dry the ropes. And now targeting the arm. Kenta is a very unique competitor. You know, many people see him, and when they think strong style, and when you think strong style, you typically think hard strikes. But really, strong style, it's just any types of, you know, offense that looks brutal. And we see there just wrenching that arm, or him just hanging him up to dry on that top rope. It's not a strike, but damn would it hurt. Is now Kenta going to the top rope. He's calling Matsumoto to his feet. Kenta feeling awfully confident right now about his spot in this match. Hurricane Rana hooks the legs, looking to steal one here from Matsumoto, but no. And now Kenta, he's, like I said, he's getting confident in himself. He's getting into that headspace. But now Matsumoto, European uppercut, kick to the leg, and a huge roundhouse kick, nearly taking the head off, nearly decapitating Kenta. And now locking in that money clip, got it locked in, and just wrenching back on Kenta's neck there, looking to make him tap out. But Kenta with the elbow strikes able to get his way out of it. And now a big single leg drop kick. And Kenta with the disrespect. Maybe the most full of himself competitor in all of Wildfire Pro Wrestling is Kenta. And who could blame him? He has his reputation as a legend for a reason. He is the first ever Wildfire Pro Wrestling World Champion. But to Matsumoto's credit, he's been able to hang in with him for now, and he might be able to make him tap out here. No, Kenta with the big elbow shot to the side. And now goes to attack the leg, gets his leg attacked again, and Matsumoto's done a good job as of late neutralizing the kicks of Kenta. And now Matsumoto just taking a chance to catch his breath here. We know that Kenta has been really laying it into him, and now Matsumoto just getting a moment, catching his breath, getting ready for the rest of this match. And now goes for the Irish whip. Kenta, though, he also got some time to recover. But again, the kick gets checked by Matsumoto, sends him into the other corner. And again, just taking this time to catch his breath. You've got to feel that Kenta right now has been definitely putting the hurt on Matsumoto, and Matsumoto has not come up with much of a game plan. Maybe this is his chance to, you know, get some time to think on his feet. And again, sends him into the corner. And now this time, just staring down Kenta. Kenta's had enough of it. Sends him into the corner, and another big Yakuza kick. And now rolls him over into the cover. Lateral press, referee taking his sweet time, making sure that both shoulders are down. You've got to feel Kenta not too pleased about the referee's, I guess, cautious nature. And now he rolls back into the ring. Gets caught, though, with a stiff forearm shiver there by Kenta. But Matsumoto tosses him over, catches him, knee strike to the bridge of the nose. Kenta might be knocked flat out unconscious, and Matsumoto might be moving on to fight Yamashita, but no. He's now getting to his feet, looking to finish off Kenta. This is very smart by Matsumoto, just staying on him, going for another knee strike. Sends him to the ground. And did Matsumoto just put away the first ever champ? No, Kenta barely getting his shoulder off the ground after 2 straight knee strikes. And now Matsumoto's got to be thinking, what is it going to take? And again, continuing to target the leg, continuing to check the kicks. And now super kick from Matsumoto. Getting Kenta up to his feet, sends him into the corner. Does Matsumoto. Looking for something big here. Off the ropes goes Matsumoto. And a running knee strike right to the side of the dome piece. And that might be enough to put Kenta away, but no, Matsumoto, he wants to continue on the damage. He wants to pile it on. Crossface locked in, looking to make Kenta submit here. Matsumoto just cranking on it, wrenching it back, and Kenta's forced to tap out. Matsumoto knew the knee strike was not going to be enough to put Kenta away, transitioned into the submission hold, and Kenta could not escape. And now we have our match, Wrestling Resurrection 2, Matsumoto versus Yamashita. Wildfire Pro Wrestling World Championship on the line. That's one you can't miss.
The winner of the match and your new #1 contender, Matsumoto.
Matsumoto picking up the victory. And props in the world to Kenta. I mean, he put up a hell of a fight, but at the end of the day, you know, what are you going to do after that many knee strikes? And now, speaking of fights, we've got a Las Vegas street fight here for the Hardcore Championship. La Assassina has held that title for over a year now. And this, though, going up against two separate opponents, might prove to be her most difficult challenge yet.
Championship. Introducing first, the challengers. Weighing 107 pounds. From wherever she wants. The bad guy, Casey Grant.
Casey Grant making her way down to the ring, representing NIEW. And I've got to say, she's definitely covered here. This is not traditional wrestling garb, you know? It's not your traditional wrestling gear. She is definitely here for a street fight. But, you know, it has to be said, at this point, who can stop La Assassina? Because she has proven to be the best hardcore champion in any division.
Weighing 125 pounds, from Los Angeles, California, Alexandria Marie.
Alexandria Marie making her way down to the ring. Coming in from the CWL. This is a multi-promotional affair here. La Assassina, I mean, she's run through all the talent here in Wildfire Pro Wrestling. She went to management and said, listen, I've held this title for over a year. You need to find me new challengers. And here tonight in Las Vegas, she has found two new challengers who would love to say they just knocked off one of the most legendary title reigns in Wildfire Pro Wrestling history. And if either of them could do it, even though they are not from this company, that would make them legends here. You've got to feel. And Alexandra Marie, don't let this sort of pretty girl facade fool you. She's someone who can be brutal in the ring when it comes to it. But if we're talking people brutal in the ring, we have to talk about the champion.
And your champion, La Assassina.
January 2020. La Assassina beat Andrea to win the Hardcore Championship. And at the time, people called into the question the legitimacy of her winning that title. She needed Sarah Price's help. There was outside interference. She has then gone on to beat a who's who of the women's division, not just from this company, not just from CWL, from everywhere around the world. Larsa Cena has proven to be unstoppable. And if there's any doubters, if there's any non-believers that this woman is not one of the toughest, one of the most brutal, one of the most extreme, everything that that title represents, one of the most hardcore bitches in the world. I mean, at what point what more does she have to prove? At this point, she is no longer, she is no longer the person that needs to prove anything to anyone. She is the person you prove yourself to. And one of these two women are going to have to attempt to prove themselves to her here tonight. And that's what it's all to play for, ladies and gentlemen. The Hardcore Championship. And of course, there's the hidden X factor, I guess, of this whole scenario. La Assassina does not need to be pinned to lose the championship here tonight. She does not even need to be pinned, doesn't need to be submitted, does not need to be knocked out. She can lose this title and have no say in it. Speaking of having no say, her and Casey Grant going out right now. Alexandria Marie just sort of deciding to hang out on the sidelines. Honestly, I've got to say, a smart strategy. And now these two going back and forth, jockeying for position. Pele kick by La Assassina. And now Casey Grant sends her into the turnbuckle. And though, it's almost as if the champ is battling both of them at the same time. It's almost as if it's like a handicap match. These two know that they need to team up to take down the dominant champ. But La Assassina, to her credit, is holding her own against both challengers. Oh, but Casey Grant able to catch her slipping there, trips her up onto the middle rope, and now choking her out, perfectly legal in a street fight. As now into the cover, hook of the leg. Just a one count. Now forearm strike. Oh wait, TNA kick there, blocked. And these two just trading forearms. Last seen almost like she wants to get in on the fight, but neither of them are letting her currently. And now first cover of the match, only a one fall there by Casey Grant. I mean, God loves a trier. But I don't think anyone was expecting La Assassina to be beaten that quickly. And Casey Grant now having to roll a bit to the other side of the ring to escape Alexandra Marie. But breaks the cover. And all three of these women still standing and fighting. And La Assassina looking to make this a quick night at the office here. Pump kick to Marie. That might just do it. No. And now here we see those Kawada kicks there from La Assassina. And a headbutt from Grant. And now Casey Grant, no, got only a one count, but that was very smart. Take out the champ and trying to pin the other challenger. That might be both these women's best bet of winning this matchup. And now there we see the hot shot. And now we see Casey Grant going up to the top rope here. Looking to get extreme on the outside. It goes for big Meteora, but her knees just go crashing and burning into the floor. And that cannot have felt good, as now the roundhouse connects with the side of her head. La Assassina trying to steal a cover there, but not quite able to get it. As now these three women just battling back and forth here. La Assassina lifts her up. Brainbuster on the outside of the ring. That padded concrete does not give very much in terms of padding. It's mainly there to hide cables. Wait, now, it's Alexandra Marie's turn to hit a big move on the outside. And Marie looking to pin the champion. This would certainly be an upset. 1, 2. No way! Marie, after dropping the champ on her head, has ended the historic reign of La Assassina.
The winner of the match and your new hardcore champion, Alexandria Marie.
In a turn of events no one expected, Alexandra Marie, maybe with the biggest upset in Wildfire Pro Wrestling history, and this is not me trying to discount the abilities of Alexandra Marie at all, but I don't know if anyone was expecting anything else besides La Assassina walking out of here tonight still champion. What a win for Alexandra Marie. But now, coming up, we've got Jay Scott versus Rico Fuego. And Jay Scott is definitely someone who has not been coming up with the big wins lately.
The following match is set for one fall. Introducing first, weighing in at 227 pounds, from Washington, DC, Jay Scott.
The Star Jammer has arrived, and while he may have lost his last two matches, it seems he has the golden touch, so to speak. I mean, he lost Ace Anderson, who went to challenge Yamashita, and then he lost to Matsumoto, who is now going on to challenge Yamashita. Maybe if Rico Fuego wins here tonight, he will also get a match against Yamashita. Impossible to say, really. But you've got to feel that even though he loses, he's definitely shown to bring the best out of his opponents. And he's been put up against a lot of the top talent here on Wildfire Pro Wrestling. And I'm sure that Rico Fuego is going to be no exception. He is a top talent anywhere in the world. And I'm sure that Jay Scott is going to bring the best out of him here tonight. He's going to have to. Because I'm sure Jay Scott is as determined as ever to end this losing streak. And Rico Fuego does not want to be the one to, be on the receiving end of that breakage.
And his opponent, weighing 233 pounds, from Hidalgo, Mexico, Rico Fuego.
Rico Fuego making his way back to Wildfire Pro Wrestling. He's been wrestling in Mexico lately, but now has made his return. And, it's got to be said that he's someone who, there's a lot of upside in Rico Fuego. A lot of people see a lot of potential in Rico. But it's all about whether or not he can get the job done. We've heard of plenty of people with plenty of potential come into wrestling, and then we never hear from them again. Rico does not want to be one of those cautionary tales. Both competitors getting set for this matchup here. And as the bell rings, this one gets underway. And Jay Scott already going to the dirty tactics in his playbook, tearing at the mask of Rico Fuego. And now focusing on that advantage, hits the Impaler DDT, but Rico Fuego fires back with a reverse DDT of his own. Very even so far in the opening seconds of this match, and there we see him targeting the leg. Very smart maneuver from Jay Scott, as we know luchadors love to fly around the ring, and hard to fly around when your legs don't work. As now Jay Scott honestly just targeting all the ligaments, all the joints, all the body parts of Rico Fuego. And now kick to the chest. Picking up Jay Scott, but Jay Scott counters with a jawbreaker. And a Hurricane Rana from Jay Scott. Many people don't realize how athletic this man actually is. They see the smarm and the charisma on the outside, but they don't actually realize that this man is quite the proficient wrestler in many different styles. As now Rico Fuego hoists him onto the top rope here, and this cannot be looking good for Jay Scott, as I think Jay Scott falling actually helped him there, as I'm sure Rico Fuego wanted to continue the assault. And now the forearm strike lays him out into the cover. Early first pinfall, not even a 1 count. Almost a taunting cover there from Fuego. And Jay tries to get him in the corner, but Fuego has just had an answer for everything Jay has thrown at him so far, including that snapmare as he connects with the elbow. And there's the drop kick from Fuego. Chop to the chest, goes for a kick, not quite able to get it. But a snapmare takes him back down, and now just cranking the head of Jay Scott. We already saw one match tonight end in submission. Could we see another? Not right now, though, as Jay Scott fighting his way out with the punches, with the rights, but gets caught into a sidewalk slam backbreaker. Jay Scott has just not been able to get out of the opening gate in this match. Fuego has been pretty much stopping him at every turn almost. As now Fuego turns him around, takes him up to the top rope. And this is not looking good for one Jay Scott. Superplex position. And just holding him up there. Beautiful stalling suplex from the top rope. And now picking him up back onto his feet. Fuego looking to inflict even more damage. This has been a showcase for Fuego tonight. His first match back since Mexico. As now calling him up to his feet. This is very risky. You'd think someone who has this match as in control as he does wouldn't be taking that big of risks, and it nearly didn't pay off. Super kick connects square on the jaw. And now this is Jay Scott's chance to get back into this thing here. This is his chance to start turning things around in his favor. Before we go, blocks what he was going for there, and now snapped suplex immediately into the cover. Lateral press, though, not enough to get it done. As now Fuego just staring down Jay Scott. Waiting for Jay Scott to make a move, and the Hurricane Rana there. Again, maybe just catching Fuego off the guard. And now the knees. You know, Fuego just got back from Mexico, but I think those knees are the ones hitting a little south of the border. As now we've got the cloverleaf locked in, and Jay Scott might be looking for a tap-out victory here over Fuego. And he gets it. Fuego taps out. Controversial as it may be with the, like I said, the low-hanging shots beforehand, but he was still able to get the win. By hook or by crook, he ends the losing streak. And you've got to feel this boils down to that time Fuego was in control and took a big risk to the outside. And that allowed Jay Scott to get back into the game, lock in this cloverleaf, and after that it was all over.
Jay Scott.
Say what you will about this man, and you can certainly say a lot. But you can't deny the results. He put in a very good showing here tonight. Big props to him. As now we move on to an open challenge for the Wildfire Pro Wrestling Women's Tag Team Championships. The Best Enemies looking for some new challenges, but they don't want a challenge from the Hunt. Let's see who they have in store for them here tonight. Wait. Just like, that's Jesse Hazard. It appears Jesse Hazard has more than just Jesse Anderson under her wing. As on her left, or sorry, on her right, the screen's left, that is Japanese deathmatch legend Janice Yamamoto. For the uninitiated, Yamamoto was a legend of the deathmatch scene in the 90s. But no company was willing to sign her. She was considered too dangerous, too much of a liability. And since then, she has traveled the world, continuing her legacy, but now she is here in Wildfire Pro Wrestling with Jesse Anderson as her partner and Jesse Hazard in their corner. The champions, you have to feel, have their work cut out for them. They are going to have to rely on their tag team chemistry and experience working together, because they could not have prepared for this. And now making their way down to the ring, the champions. They've held these titles for quite a while now. For 227 days they have been champion. But we saw one historically long reign end earlier tonight. And with this being their fourth defense, while they would have a rematch, you could not deny that there is every possibility that this new tag team has what it takes to knock them off.
The following match is a tag team match for the Women's Tag Team Championship. Introducing first, the challengers, accompanied by Jesse Hazard at a combined weight of 382 pounds, Janice Yamamoto and Jesse Anderson. And your champions, at a combined weight of 215 pounds, Sarah Price, Andrea Best Enemies.
The champions might be surprised, but they are ready. As you see those titles there that they won all the way back on August 28th. As this one gets underway, Sarah Price and Janice Yamamoto start things off. Sarah Price using her quickness to effectively start this match. Big Mongolian chop though by Yamamoto. Butterfly suplex tosses her across the ring. And now lifts up, arm drag. And this is going to be very interesting to see how Yamamoto does in this match against these competitors. How she handles with someone as quick as Sarah Price. I think someone like the Black Rose, though, former hardcore champ, might be a bit more up her alley. As now, hold on. Janice Yamamoto immediately with the tombstone. Well, she's called the Murder Grandma for a reason. Jesus. Sarah Price has got to be at least a little bit rattled after getting dropped on her head like that. As now kick to the back. Tags in the Black Rose. Now these two have faced off with Jesse Anderson before, but this is a different tag partner and arguably a different Jesse Anderson than when they fought LCDT. And you've got to feel Anderson would love to get a measure of revenge on the Best Enemies and would love to get some gold around her waist. And look at that, just the disrespect from Anderson. And now continuing to target the arm of the Black Rose. But now Black Rose gets up to her feet, jawbreaker. Goes to trip the leg this time though, Anderson able to dodge it. And now the forearms, the slaps just lighting up the Black Rose. Anderson is here to play here tonight. She is not here to get steamrolled. And now the Black Rose snapmare sends Anderson into a corner. Anderson though turns around the Black Rose. And now it's her turn, I think, going to drag her, yet dragging her towards her friendly corner. And we see Jesse Hazard there, yet to get involved in the match at all. You've got to think maybe just here as a coach, rather than as a full-fledged... I don't think she's going to be getting super involved, is what I'm trying to say. But regardless, about the action inside of the ring, the Black Rose hits that beautiful kick right to the side of the dome piece. And Anderson, though, springs up Hurricane Rana, sends Black Rose to the ground. And now goes for the Irish Whip, gets sent to the apron, does Anderson. And now the Black Rose, forearm strike, looking to bring her all the way back in with an exploder suplex. And now picking up Anderson, sends her into enemy territory here. But Anderson fighting her way out of it, and this could be big for her team. Of course, you have to keep in mind, this is the first time these two have ever tagged together. You can't expect to have a lot of, tag team chemistry, but Anderson definitely been in tag matches before, knows the basics. And now we see Price and Yamamoto back in. It's smart from Price targeting the legs of Yamamoto. Especially when it comes to older competitors, the joints are a lot more weak, a lot more fragile. And we're seeing it here, targeting the legs and the knees of Yamamoto, but able to break out of it with that punch. And looking to send her for another ride here. But Price reverses the momentum. Tombstone drops Yamamoto. I was not expecting that from Price here. And now Price, up and over goes Yamamoto. Price risking it all, suicide spear through the ropes. I've got to agree with our capacity crowd here. This is awesome. Sarah Price taking the fight to the deathmatch legend. And now goes for the lariat, does Anderson. But gets caught. And now got hooked in this submission hold here. Looking to make Anderson tap out is Sarah Price. Could Jessie Anderson tap out here? No, trying to fight her way out of it. And she escapes. And now goes to hit her there, but Sarah Price able to move just out of the way, connects with a kick. And also connects with a dab. Cool. And now Sarah Price almost looks like she's almost talking a bit of smack to Jessie Anderson in the corner there. We've seen Sarah Price over time. Wait a second. Fairy Tale Ending connects. And that might just do it for Jessie Anderson. 1, 2. And the best enemies put away Anderson and Yamamoto. Gotta give the newcomers some credit for their first outing as a tag team. They brought the fight and nearly knocked off the tag team champs, but the tag champs will continue their reign. And who knows who's going to be able to stop them.
The winners of the match and still your tag team champions, Sarah Price, Andrea, Best Enemies.
And we see these two once again retain their titles. And you have to wonder who's going to be the next two to step up to them. We go from that match to possibly Selena Adams' last match. It's the main event of Last Stand, and those words could not ring truer for Selena Adams. Selena Adams, for her it is all to play for tonight. She wins. She's a 3-time women's champion here in Wildfire Pro Wrestling. She finally puts away one of her biggest rivals. Honestly, no, her biggest rival. If she loses her Wildfire Pro Wrestling contract. She can never show up in Wildfire Pro Wrestling again. This is her last stand. It is do or die for Selena Adams here tonight. Now we await the champion, Valencia.
What you think about when you're born into a fire? Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world.
The undisputed Wildfire Pro Wrestling Women's Champion. She earned that title after unifying that belt with the Kingdom Pro Women's Championship. And since then, she has stayed on top. And Selena Adams said herself that she could handle with losing the women's title. But to see Valencia holding it, to see the person that she hates more than anyone else in this business hold that title, she would rather not be in this company anymore than have to continue seeing that. And we know how much this company means. We know how much that title means to Selena Adams. She does not take this stipulation lightly. But truth be told, she came up short in that tournament. And Valencia said, if you want to skip the line, you're going to have to put your career on the line. And that's what it's all to play for, really. You know, you can talk about the animosity these two have, the years of fighting between them, all over the world, multiple continents, multiple countries. But at the end of the day, it boils down to just one thing. The Wildfire Pro Wrestling Women's Championship. Both women want to have it. Neither woman can afford to lose this.
The main event of Last Stand is for the Wildfire Women's Championship in a title versus contract match. Introducing first, the challenger, weighing 140 pounds, from Green Bay, Wisconsin, Selena Adams. And your champion, weighing 135 pounds, from San Jose, California, your women's champion, Valencia.
And we see the two contrasts between the two competitors. Valencia, stoic, professional. Selena Adams, despite the pressure being on, she's an emotional fighter. She's all smiles here tonight. She is in that calm before the storm. The eye of the hurricane. Both women are ready. Adams, Valencia, one more time in your main event. Ring the bell and this one is underway. TNA kick immediately out of the gate from Valencia and already targeting the knee of Selena Adams. Valencia, almost interestingly, going for a technical start to this match, maybe looking to further humiliate by not just ending the career of Selena Adams in Wildfire, but by doing it by out-wrestling her, by being out-technical. But I think Valencia is not going to be winning too many matches on the mat against Selena. Or maybe, wait a second, Dragon Sleeper locked in. We've seen Valencia win matches with this before. Could it be enough to put Selena away? No, rolls out of it. And it's just a stomp right to the back. And a huge lariat levels Valencia. Selena Adams not taking this. Like I said, she's all smiles before the match, but she does not take this match lightly. And now the stomps, both these women just kicking the hell out of each other. Side Russian leg sweep by Adams. And we've seen a lot of technical wrestling by Valencia, but outside of this arm lock here, Selena's been a lot more just sort of grounded, pound-esque with her moveset, a lot more brutal. Just kicks and stomps and clotheslines. But there we see what we're expecting from Valencia, that big strike, that bicycle knee strike. And if she can connect with that, with the ripcord, with the thorn, it might be all she wrote for Adams' career here in Wildfire Pro Wrestling. Has now got the headlock locked in, but Adams immediately able to get out of it. And now Valencia sends her to the corner. Drop kick to the lower back. Adams immediately back to her feet. Big spinning back elbow there. And now going to the top rope is Adams. Maybe looking to go deep in the playbook here. Calling Valencia to her feet. What's this? Dragon Rana from Adams. Hooks the legs to keep her career. No. Adams again going to the top rope. Looking maybe for another Dragon Rana here. I mean, if it works, if it's effective, why not? No, this time going for the crossbody, but no one home. And now just the lateral press from Valencia. Just a one count. Forearm strike and a side Russian leg sweep by Valencia. As now the ground and pound from the champion. Almost like she's trying to beat some sense into Adams. Now, the boober kick connects, and it is not looking good for Selena Adams. Valencia is starting to get on a roll here. Again, locking the headlock, but this time with the 12-6 elbow strikes. And this might be it. This might be calling for the end here as Valencia. If she hits this, it's going to be all over. La Revolution! And Valencia into the cover. And to end the career of Selena Adams for Valencia. Not able to get the 3. And now elbow strike from Adams connects on the jaw of Valencia. And a big rolling discus. And immediately into the Selena sunset. It's locked in. But Valencia already fighting her way out of it. And now, wait a second, Adams back up immediately. The French 5 connects. Adams is beginning to feel it. Picks up Valencia. And she's feeling that fire, that electricity course through her veins. Valencia sends her to the corner. Ducks under. Big roundhouse. And now Adams sends her into the corner. But Valencia still fighting. She's the champion for a reason. Float over. DDT plants her. And did that just quell the fury, quell the onslaught of Adams? No, Adams stays alive. Valencia getting ready. Knows she has to pull out the big guns. Going to the top rope. Could be looking to end it here. Diving elbow drop. And now picks up Adams. And now it's Valencia's turn to start laying it on thick. The flurry of offense to Selena Adams. Has now got her up. Spinning! Brainbuster there. But a kick to the top of the head from Adams. And now gets on the ground, and this is not looking good for Valencia. Got the arm trap, got the leg hook. Valencia to set up the ring. Nowhere for Valencia to go. Will Valencia tap out? And she does! Selena Adams, the 3-time Wildfire Pro Wrestling Women's Champion. She gets her title back. She keeps her contract. And she slays her greatest rival once again.
The winner of the main event and your new Wildfire Women's Selena Adams.
It may have been her last stand, but it will not be her last night as a part of Wildfire Pro Wrestling. On behalf of everyone here at Wildfire Pro Wrestling, thank you all for coming out here tonight, and we bid you a very farewell adieu. We will see you again on Wrestling Resurrection 2.